Hello, I'm Queen Bean Tarot, and today I'm doing a reading on what the rest of October will be looking like. So today I got three choices, three piles. Our first pile is a rose quartz tower point. It's a shame on camera this looks much more clear and white than pink, but it does have a pink to it. Today I'm using Primrose and Prose Oracle deck by Samantha Sawyer as our selecting cards. So for this one we have Leo, cat with wings. As you can tell, this is very unique art that we've got showing on this one. All the other cards underneath have already been shuffled out. Don't know what they are, but they're from the Wisdom of Oracle deck, the Dragon Oracle cards, and also I'm using this one for the first time, which is Astral Realms Crystal Oracle by Leah Showman and Page. Alrighty, our second one is this beautiful Lapis Lazuli, and as you can see, it's got some gold flakes in it, and it's also a square point. It's very, very pretty. It's very heavy. And our card of choice is Quietude, the fox, and it looks like it's got like wisteria-like sort of flowers, like a type of sunflower. That's a fox. And our third one is a Caribbean calcite. Very beautiful. Actually got some little bits which is like more rock. So very gorgeous. It's actually one of my favorite pieces. And we have Repurpose. It's a cat with the skull, and it's got these cute little mushroom houses at the bottom, and some roses, purple roses. So that's our third pile. I'll give you a moment to choose which one is calling to you, and then I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number one, for those of you who chose this Leo card and this rose quartz point, this is your reading. Now for this one I will be reading the book on that one. Okay, so this is actually Leo, so I'm pretty sure Leo's July to August. So number 24, warm like a fire, powerful and passionate. Use your passion to light the path and blaze forward. If you have chosen a new job or path, you will make it your own. But be careful, your stubbornness will be your downfall. Dignity, grace, power, passion. A delicate crunch of leaves, crackling flames in the trees, embers swept aside in a rush, the lion ascends from the underbrush. And that is that one. That is such a beautiful little poem. So pretty much it's about passion, fire, being powerful. Have a feeling a lot of it's going to be about work, or whatever you put your mind to you can achieve, but just don't be stubborn. Okay, for your wisdom card we have number 49, the Observer. Okay, your dragon card is Golden Solar Dragon. Helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Let your DNA be pre-programmed and light codes activated. Become an inspired leader. These are really feeling like they're really lining up with the Leo sort of fiery sort of passionate energy, except for Observer. I think that's more like taking a step back, just watching from afar. Maybe you need to watch something and then make a choice or a move. And for your card We have 16, Divine Love, Soul Star Chakra, and Pink Amethyst. And you happen to have a Rose Quartz. Now, I'm pretty sure Pink Amethyst is directly connected to Divine Love, as is Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz can also be connected to your self-love as well. But yeah, your Soul Star Chakra is actually your intuition. So this could be opening up your intuition and deepening your divine love, your divine path, figuring out exactly what it is that you want to do and where you're going. And yeah, that it's a very powerful card. And the number 16. So those are the ones we've got so far. So I'm seeing a lot of passion. This could even be to do with love. So maybe you're being a bit like a Leo and being direct and going for what you want. You've got a crush on someone, or there's someone you admire from afar and you have been observing them for a while and you want to let them know how you feel. So you're going forward and you know, maybe this is a male wanting to embrace his masculine energy and take a woman out on a date. This could also be a woman wanting to actually ask a man out. So, you know, coming at him with a bit more of a courageous sort of masculine feel, like you have confidence, more of a confident feel. So masculinity is actually a lot direct, very direct. Femininity is fluid. So there is a difference. It doesn't mean you have to be a man to be masculine and you have to be a woman to be feminine. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy. Every woman has it, every man has it, everyone has it. It's just sometimes you can embrace that side of you regardless of how much of that masculine energy you have in you. Different star signs, different people will have different amounts. You have some men that have more feminine energy than masculine energy, but it doesn't mean they're not masculine. They can you know, enter their masculine energy and use it, and anytime they need to. It's stepping into that energy and stepping out of it as you want to and as you need to. So those are the cards we got. Let's get some of these tarot cards out and see what we're dealing with. So you might be looking at going out on a date with someone, taking someone out on a date. If you are looking for a new job, you're probably going to be utilizing your intuition to figure out what job and what kind of career you want. What do you love? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? Okay, so these are, let me see, I have no clue what these are called. A friend gifted them to me. She bought them. She didn't quite, you know, gel well with them. So when she showed me her collection, I loved them, so she gifted it to me. But sadly there was damage to the box, so I don't remember what it's called. But it's a heavy, thick deck. So let's see. I don't use this one too often, but it is a very positive deck. So I got that one. The King of Wands. Oh, that is very, yes. That's very, oh, another one came out. Very Leo feeling, because your wands are Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, because they're your fire signs. I lead with passion and courage, just like I've mentioned. We have the Five of Cups. I am ready to deal with my losses and regrets and move on with my life. Let's see if we can get some more. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I am flexible and open to life's possibilities. Let's see what else we can get. We need a bit more context, because this still looks like, you know, you could be, you know, work, or it could be asking someone out. Eight of Wands. I am moving forward quickly with great focus. What else do we have? Four of Swords. I devote time to connect and listen to my inner self. This can also be to do with a lot of rest. Let me see. I actually might need one more card up here to get us some more context. What should we use? I think a star code might be useful right now. So typically I don't do this, but for yours I'm feeling like for this general reading, one more card is gonna have a big impact. Imam coli root. Okay, alrighty. This is giving me quite a lot. I might keep this one out for the time being. So this gives me a lot of feelings that you're trying to lay down roots. So if this is indeed, so I'm guessing for a few people, because I'm getting both of these as the common readings, I've got a feeling that perhaps for one of these we've got, for some people this is going to be going after a person. For other people it's going to be chasing your dream, sort of like your dream job. For others this could be to do with finances or health, but for a huge majority of yous, because we've got wands, your Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana, and then we have cups, which does tend to do with emotions, and then your swords is mentality. However, this can mean having to rest. Immune Coli, yes, about laying down roots. Most people lay their roots down, and especially when you have divine love, I'm getting more of a feeling that you're looking for your partner in life. I've got a feeling like you go out and you ask someone, or you ask someone out. It's okay to be rejected. Like it says, it's okay to, you're ready to deal with losses and regrets. This could even be that you break up with someone and you start going out and, being passionate and courageous, doing whatever you want and finding someone new. Feels like an end of a cycle. You come into the end of a cycle, but things will start moving really quickly. Let me get some more. As nice as these cards are, I feel like I'm hitting a brick wall with you guys. It's not wanting to show me so much, which is a bit of a, not gonna lie, it's a bit annoying, I must say. Not really annoying, but it's like I'm trying to get clarity, and it's really difficult right now because it feels like I've got a block. Not a intuition block, but as if spirit's blocking me. They're like, no, we don't want you saying too much or else it won't happen. But let's see what we can get. So this is the Light Seer's Pocket Tarot with a guidebook by Chris Ann. So you've probably seen these ones everywhere, like the normal size ones, but I do like my small size tarot decks as well. They also take up a lot less space. So we have this one, feeling is that one. I've got a feeling maybe you got two options, like maybe you get an ultimatum as well. So you have to give up something, cut your losses and keep going. That could also be it, and that's why there's a new cycle, because you end up having to choose between two choices, and once you've made that choice, you start getting a move on, like the Wheel of Fortune is about good luck, cycles, stuff like that. It can mean coming into fortune, but with this one I feel like it's mostly a wheel turning. Alrighty, so let's see what we got. The King of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, maybe it is you coming into money. Two of Pentacles. Now you have all the Pentacles coming out. The Seven of Cups. You got choices. You got a lot of choices. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, you're living a great life, especially little luxuries and stuff. So I feel like you've got a choice. There's a choice. You're following your passions. You're putting down roots. Divine Love, Pink Amethyst, the Observer. You have a lot happening. Maybe you observe someone and how they've gained money, and you learn and you go for it yourself and you gain money. Or once you decide who your partner is, you focus into doing a lot of work and investing into that partnership. I have a feeling that this money also has to do with partners. If you do happen to be going through a divorce, like someone breaks up with you or there's a split up or something, it will be better for you off money wise. But I feel like you get an ultimatum from said partner. Like it's either, you know, we do this or we keep on our way. Yeah, the Five of Wands. But strength. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, I can definitely see. It was a big story. It's hard to get it from this. This is giving me like little tiny bits and pieces, while this gives me the whole image. So I definitely see you coming into money, but there is like you're weighing up what you're going to be doing. There is going to be, if you choose something, you have to give up something else. You're very contemplative about what you want to do and what you want to focus on, and I totally get that. Sometimes in our lives, like we're like, oh, right now all I want to focus on is getting a job. But then when subconsciously, like deep in your subconsciousness, you might not even be aware, but like you subconsciously are like wanting a partner, something chronic. Or it could be reverse, like you want a partner to take care of you, and you know, you want someone in your life, but you don't realize subconsciously like you'd rather, you know, earn your own money and not have to rely on a partner. It feels like that, like you're having to choose and you want to put down roots, but you don't know where to do it first. Like you're contemplating, do I get a job first, or do I get a partner first, or do I buy a place first, and like lay that down as a route. Like you're having to decide. There is a chance for a few of my beautiful watchers to actually gain money, to come into money, but even if it's like, it doesn't have to be a huge amount. You could have had an investment in the past that comes back, or you know, you're having to decide where to invest, but you do walk away from something. It could also be that like the money's very it's only a small amount, so you enjoy it while it lasts, or that the money causes competitiveness and fights in the family, and so like you're probably thinking, oh, I'd rather just invest it in a place where no one can have it, and I'll, you know, step away from having the money. But you do overcome it. I feel with the Strength card, it's not so much like your courage. It's not like courage strength. It's more of knowing exactly what you want and sticking to your boundaries kind of strength that I'm getting. Like, see how they have half human, half lion face? Like it's a direct boundary, and you've got the strength to uphold that boundary. I have a feeling with this card, you're agonizing. Seven of Cups is typically having a lot of paths and having to choose. If you do happen to come into a lot of money, I've got a feeling you're choosing, like you're having trouble choosing what to do, what to put it into. Here you've got Two of Pentacles, and then you've got the Seven of Cups. So, which is very, it's, Two of Pentacles is juggling, but it is also choice. However, it's typically between one or two, not, you know, this many choices. So I feel like if it's, Like, I feel like if it's like the main choice between, you know, a job or a, you know, that one's spun around. Yeah, the Knight of Swords, fast action. Someone coming your way with clarity. If you do happen to choose, let's say you choose a job, and then you have all this money income, and then you're having to delegate, okay, that goes to this bill, that goes to this bill, that goes to this, like you're delegating it. So that is very, very possible. It could also be that you are actually got, so the King of Wands and then the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is your earth signs. It is Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. So it could be that you ask a King of Wands kind of person. It could be any fire sign, male or female. Doesn't mean it has to be a man or whatnot. It's just someone who's mature of mind and quite fiery. You probably ask them out and they say no to you. They say, or you actually go to a job interview and you get denied. That's why it's like, take your losses, learn from them. But it doesn't matter because something comes forward next. Eight of Wands is fast action, and the Four of Swords is take your time, think about, get still and think about what it is that you want. You could be given an offer and it's like they need an answer really quickly, and you're going to be considering that, but do try and get still, highly consider everything. I have a feeling that if that isn't the case, it could be you've asked someone out and it turns out you're better off because you meet someone else. Things move quickly, but it does tell you to remember that this is new and that you need to rest, and you guys need to talk about stuff and lay down some groundwork, lay down some roots first and get some plans in place, like putting in a puzzle pieces into a jigsaw puzzle. If that's the case, it could be that this second person is a King of Pentacles, you know, just a person of an earth sign, but you've got a lot of choices and stuff. I feel like this is you building, and once you've made a choice, you enjoy it. Like you relax, and even with this one, there's a lot of roots. Like an Ace of Pentacles could be the thing that you're actually gonna be laying down. It can be that you're investing financially, time-wise, you know, creatively, into whatever this is. This is your nest egg. This is what you're backing your entire future on. You can get some bad news or something, or told, oh, we're not going to be hiring you now for this, or it could be something much smaller. It feels like it's very small. It's something that you just like, oh, I don't have time for doing this game right now because I've got a partner, so I'll step away from it and, you know, focus on my partnership. It's something like that. It's only minimal. But yeah, there's so many ways that I can interpret this, from dating to gaining money to jobs, to coming into finances, to arguments with family members. If it is family members, I feel like you're having to, like, maybe you're stuck in between two people having an argument and you care about them both, and you're trying to like navigate it and be like, grab everyone's story and find the truth. But once you know what to do, you're at peace, you know, you've got the whole truth. And I think that's what this Knight of Swords could be. It could be you gaining clarity, someone informing you what's happening. If this is indeed a job, I would suggest that it is you learn something. This could be you running away from it, like you're like, oh hell no, that job place is toxic, so I found out, and you end up leaving. But yes, there is, you got the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups. You got two fives, you got two eights, Eights of Wands, Eight of Cups. So you do have quite a bit happening. You only have the Four of Swords once, but I feel like I don't think you have any other swords. You're all Wands, Pentacles, and a few Cups. Which is interesting. So obviously I've got a feeling like you're going to be very action based because it is Leo that is showing up. So Leo is a very actionable sign. But yeah, you're having to choose. Pentacles are all about money and finances, wealth. Cups are emotions. I've got a feeling you got to delegate on where you're going to put your resources, but your emotions are like all over the place. Like you go, oh, but I really want to buy that for myself. Like you're being led a bit by your emotions. You might even indulge in the spending of your money because of emotions. I don't know about everyone, but some people do have spending habits. Like it gives them that, they get that burst of satisfaction from spending. However, I'm not getting that feeling. We also don't have the devil card showing up, so it doesn't feel like it's a bad habit. I do feel like, see how this looks like a home? They look like homes. Like that one's a home. These are just plain ones. That one has a snake coming out of it. And I think this far one has like a bat wing. Don't know if you can see that. But yeah, contemplation on this is, it feels like it's quite difficult. Like you are investing, but you're sort of thinking with your emotions. Whatever it is, you definitely learn from this experience. I feel like you do invest correctly, like you do a really good nest egg. Whatever this walking away is, I don't really feel like it's walking away. I think it's like leaving a gift. I think you've left something for someone. Perhaps that's what the arguments are about. Like you've decided to not engage in something. That could be what this choice is. I do feel like there isn't any like really familial cards in this sort of, in this spread, not in the first one and not in the second one. I don't feel like, I think like this is you investing in yourself. Leos can be very self-absorbed, and they can be all about themselves. They pour their money, their passion into the people they love, but mostly into themselves. They love to enjoy their riches, they love to enjoy their company, spending money on themselves and their friends. But the Five of Cups is all about consider your losses. So this could also be you lose something drastic that you've probably invested a lot of money into, and then you've got to start again, but you're doing it with a bit more of a heavy conscience and trying to not overthink it. But unfortunately, that's what's going to be happening. The Four of Swords, while Swords is about rest and stuff, like it's about mentality, the Four of Swords is typically about resting, slowing down. Don't burn out. You know, if you keep working and working and working, the Four of Swords shows up because it says you have to rest. And if you're not going to rest, you know, you'll be forced to, your body, you'll be forced for rest because you can't keep going. But yes, it is very interesting of a read. It's very multifaceted. It feels like while you might have romantic things happening, you also have in work and finance things happening at the same time. That's probably why I'm feeling like I couldn't get the whole story, because this story has multiple things that you're focusing on in your life right now. You're not focusing on one, you're focusing on multiple. But let's see, I want to see what is the outcome, like where will you be at the end of October 2025. I feel this card, the King of Cups. All right, that's very good. You're going to be at ease. You're going to be very much at ease. You're going to be in control of your emotions. You're going to be thinking with your mind and your heart. You're going to be making very clear-cut decisions. You're going to know what it is you want emotionally. But when you make a decision, you also make it using the knowledge and the information you have. It's not going to be like you know, all emotions. That's the thing about the King of Cups. Everyone thinks it's just like King of Emotions. Like, no. Well, they have their emotions under control and they know exactly what they're feeling. Like, you're wise in your emotions. You have control over your emotions, but it's like you acknowledge them and you know what you're feeling. See that little, can you see the little, it's got a little crown above its head in the sky. It's interesting. It's also the fact that because he's so aware of his emotions and he acknowledges them and lives by them, he makes the right choices because he acknowledges his emotions. It doesn't mean he's being swayed by his emotions or he's spending money because he loves this. Like, he's not being led by emotions. He makes proper decisions with his head and his heart. It's a very clear and calming feeling. So that is a really good outcome. So it's, yeah, I feel like perhaps group number one, you have you keep going back and forth from overthinking and getting really upset about certain things like spilt milk. I've got a feeling your emotions do this. Like, you go from, oh my god, what do I gotta do, like panicking, worry, to, oh my god, I'm living on cloud 9, back to, oh, like, I need to put this into, oh, I feel so exhausted, I want to walk away from everything, to, oh, everyone's getting me so angry, they're all arguing, why can't they just, you know, back off for a while, back to being content. It feels like it's an emotional roller coaster. So for you to like plateau out by the end of the month is really good. I also feel that you also will be sitting in the right space with knowing what choices to make for your future. I feel like you're really considering your future. You're not just thinking about, oh, next year. You're thinking like 5 years in the future. There's a lot you're contemplating, but you're covering everything, and you're trying to like, what's that movie, like Failure to Launch, where he lives at home with his family his whole, like, until he's in his 40s. I'm not saying you're that, but like you're trying to like get a launch pad so that you can be at a certain place by a certain time. Like, you're thinking goal orientated and future based, which is beautiful. But there is something, like, someone gives you information, you get clarity on something you were wondering about. You were sort of making choices where these would seemed so difficult because you didn't quite have this. The fact that it came out a bit later, I feel like this is what's going to help you come to this as well. Like, you're just soldiering on, but once you get this information, you're at ease. But yes, definitely very interesting. This is a very interesting read. I thought it was all going to be about romance, and it feels like there is so much more involved. So for those of you that did resonate with this, I don't feel like it's going to be many people, if I'm being totally honest. This felt like it was for very specific, like, few people. But if you resonated with this, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to comment what it is, like if it was more financial, if it was a job, if it was a partnership, if it was both, like, you know, your career world and, you know, maybe your dating life or something, that would be very interesting, because this was quite hard to decode. But yeah, I feel like you're focusing on you, and I think that's a good idea, you and your future. But yes, definitely. So for my beautiful pearl number 1, this is the reading I have for you, and I'm leaving you with lots of love, life, and positive love, light, and positive vibes. That's my ending saying, but yes. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. For those of you who chose this one, the Lapis Lazuli or the Quietude, this is your reading. Now, for group number 1, I actually had a lot of difficulty with actually reading their first one. So I ended up actually having to pull star code and use another deck, like a tarot deck, to sort of confirm or get more context, because apparently there was just, I wasn't getting it all. So for this one, I will be pulling a star code, and I might just read your one from the star code book when I pull it, but I'm also going to read your Quietude one. So Quietude, right there in the middle, number 30. It is better to take a moment to stop, take a break. You have a great support system, and they have been telling you to stop. You are loved, but your loved ones cannot help you if do not slow down. I think that's meant to be help you if you do not slow down. It's about companionship, restful, evergreen love. Cast your love over me, just a pollen on the leaves, a dusting of gold as far as the eye could see. I wish nothing more than to sleep with you there in the grove of holly evergreen and clear. So as you can tell, I've got a feeling this is for you to slow down. This feels like the Four of Swords card, if I'm being honest. So quietude. There you go. Alrighty. Now I was gonna do these, but I think I might do these ones first. Then I'll read the book for this one, and then I'll pull the ones I've already pulled them. Don't know what they are. The Sun Source. I have a feeling with this one for the Sun, you probably need to slow down. It feels like to like get your passion like re-energized, like you need to get some energy abundant again. So this one is Sun Source. In your natal chart, the sun symbolizes the core of your personality, your life force, ego, and consciousness. The sign and aspects of the sun describe how you express that basic vital energy. From our earthly perspective, the sun circles the zodiac once a year, but in truth, the sun is the center point around which the planets revolve. All other bodies in our solar system reflect its light. It is unimaginably huge. 1 million Earths could fit within. Action. The sun's light shines through the teacher, actor, lover, leader, those who use their enthusiasm, warmth, and charisma for a common good. It's time for you to take center stage. Let the sun's light flow through you and shine, illuminate, and energize your surroundings, and use this to be of service. Notice what feeds your vitality and work with it. As you let the sun flow through you, your health will improve. You will draw support to your energy and enthusiasm. Step into your potential. If you are asking about a project, notice how the vitality flows through the design and clear the path. Let this situation be a channel for the sun's energy and feel it take on a life of its own. Okay, so like I mentioned, obviously it feels like you need to get your energy, your vitality back. So some people, like, I love doing readings. I love doing my own readings as well, but sometimes I'm so tired, I have no energy, I can't even pick up a deck or even shuffle them or pull anything. That it feels like, your vitality is very, very low, like you have no energy even for the things you are passionate about. So I feel like that's what that's talking about. So we got our Wisdom of the Oracle TikTok number 30. I think this one was on page 32. Very interesting. You can still see that. Fantastic. Number 30, our Dragon Oracle by Diana Cooper. Thor's red, black, and gold dragon protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. I feel like these are all telling you to take your time, like TikTok time to relax. You need to relax. We also have number 28, Emerald, Cognizance, Mercury. Now I've got a feeling this is telling you to slow down and rest, because you do have the moon. At night we tend to sleep. You have the eyes. The eyes actually look droopy in this picture. I don't know if you can tell. They look a little droopy. And you have, I think those are white roses. But yeah, it's number 28, Mercury, Emerald. I'm getting typically emerald is very vitality, lots of vitality in the emerald stone. So that's interesting. But yes, let's do this. I'll stand that one up, sit that one there. So yeah, getting a lot of take your time, get your rest in, get your vitality back, get your passion back. I feel like you need time. But there is change while you're resting and relaxing and recharging. I feel like there is change happening, like as if you might feel like you might get a new spark of passion and you end up moving faster than you did the whole week prior, if that makes sense. So before you needed to take a rest, you're now moving faster after that rest than you ever did before, because you just start flowing with that energy and that vitality and that passion and the, you know, with what it is that you are trying to manifest and do. But it feels like you need to take your time first, relax. So I feel like the last half, oh goodness, the last half of your October is actually you resting up, relaxing, taking your time. You know, I've got a feeling this one needs to come out. Taking your time, you know, getting your energy reserves up. If you are a introvert, you could be on the precipice of burnout because you're not a social person, but you've been having to be social a lot lately, and you need your time away from even the people you know. You just need time alone to recharge your battery. So a lot of people who are extroverted don't realize that introverted people need a lot more time away from social situations and other people, because you can pick up on their energy and it can be exhausting to always be around others. Extroverts, yeah, sometimes do want to have time alone and need to rest up as well. Probably not to the same degree as introverts. However, this one. However, it is still very important that, you know, you do rest up. But this seems very pivotal. Like it's, you need to take time out before you can continue on with your journey. You know, like if you're, you know, rock climbing an entire mountain, like a giant mountain, why would you keep going when you can't breathe? You're only gonna end up harming yourself, you know. I have a feeling like it's like for this one too, it feels like you need to rest, and you rest because it's pivotal in your journey. You must rest. So let's see what else we have. Let's see if these are gonna be, yeah, Four of Swords. Oh my god, rest. Take your time, slow down. King of Wands. This is interesting. Okay, so I feel like with that you need to rest, and then afterwards you're going to get a nice big flare of energy. The Four of Wands, yeah, is going to be exactly what you need. You're going to be able to connect with others much better after this. And then the Chariot, you're going to be full-blown, non-stop, going crashing straight through all your goals, getting everything you want done. It's going to be happening very, very fast. After you have your rest, you're going to have your passion come back, your vitality. You're going to be able to get with so many more people, go out to, you know, see your family, see your friends, you know, connect with others again. You're not going to have, like, I feel like this is like your burnout, if I'm being honest. Like you feel like you're literally in a time of burnout, like, and if you're not quite there yet, if you don't stop now, you will burn out and you'll just collapse. Like if you don't take rest, the Four of Swords will force you to take rest. Your body will force you to take rest. So the King of Wands is new passion, knowing exactly what you want to do and then taking charge, and, you know, with courage you go forward and you do exactly what you want. This could be involving family, get together, connecting with friends, going to a social event. It could be a social event where a lot of co-workers are going to as well. It could be a party, a get together. But you will be, it's like after you've rested and you go out, you feel pretty good and you're like, oh, I'm so thankful I took that rest, but I'm so thankful that I can see all these people right now, that I'm not like having to give them an excuse and be like, I'm exhausted, because you've probably used that excuse quite a lot, of you been mentioning that quite a lot lately, which I can only imagine with how many cards are telling you to please take rest. Got a feeling you're very hard worker. Like you do not, like, you know, you do not take rest. You're like, no, I'll rest when I die. Like you're one of those sort of people. That's the sort of feeling I'm getting. Like even if you have medical issues, even if you have disabilities or whatnot, I feel like you're one of those people, you push yourself till you drop, or you hold yourself on a very high level. Like you have to be right up here. Hence why it's like, it's okay, take your rest now and it will be for the better. that's why I feel like you got this one, like protect you in times of change, but it's also like you are protected while you're resting. So even if it's like you're resting but doing like you know, emails and stuff, like just doing very small work, even just sitting down and staring at a wall all day, that's called resting. You don't have to be doing anything. You just have to be sitting there and you can get your rest. It's the whole thing is not stressing about stuff mentally, not pushing yourself physically, and not being overwhelmed emotionally. Those are the three main things that we consider when we take rest. So it will be one of those three that you're, you know, taking rest with. But I feel like you're going to be charging towards whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. But I feel like there's a lot of relationships. You could be exhausted from planning something, planning an engagement party, planning your wedding, but taking rest now will end up giving you the energy and spark you need to get the rest of it done and get to that finish line you're after. So number two of cups is typically relationships. You do have a lot of wands here. For these ones is like passion, energy, getting together with others, having something to come together and enjoy. There's also motivation. So I feel like, and this is destiny, this could very much be that there's a wedding, an engagement party, but I'm going to be using the light seers now to get some more context, because these can only give me so much. They're a very positive deck of cards, but they give you very little in the context compared to some others where it's just they have a bit more energy to them. These ones are very soft. They're very positive, but they're soft. They're very mutable, if that makes sense. So for my beautiful pole number 2, ooh, and I feel like that one as well. Yeah, you start off with the 10 of Wands. You're very, very busy. You're working. You've got a lot of burdens. Yeah, you're slow and steady working. You're a hard worker. You sow a lot of seeds along the way, but it's like slow and steady. It's to the point you felt stuck. You have been, feel like if we were to name all these crows, you've got work, stress, social connections and people who are siphoning your energy here, you know, your finances, your, you know, everything that you're trying to do. And then you got the 2 of Cups again. You got the 2 of Cups twice. So I feel like whatever's given you a lot of burdens and stuff, I don't want to say like it is the relationship itself that's given you a lot of burdens. I feel like it is whatever the plan with this partnership. Like if you are indeed planning a wedding, like let's be honest, wedding planning is exhausting. It is a huge, and depending on how much time you do have, that could also be what this TikTok is. Like you're running out of time to get this done, to get everything ready, to get all the vendors done, to get all the you know, food, the invitations out, and you're pushing yourself so hard to get it all done to the point you could even be suffering from task paralysis, because you feel like you're thinking about everything you got to do, and then you get hit by task paralysis. Anyone who does suffer from that, I feel sorry for you. A lot of people with ADHD do tend to suffer from task paralysis. Do ask for your partner for help, especially if it is you know, something you're preparing because of this partnership, like your engagement or something else, like, you know, a wedding, or, you know, getting together at a family event to say this is my partner and introduce and start off the whole thing. The Moon. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of subconscious things that is deep in you that you need to talk with your partner, that there is a light being shone on something that's gonna help everything move forward. This is also things unseen, illusions, but mostly, typically it could also be something that's black and white. Like you're looking at something that's very black and white, but it's like, no, like you can't look at that black and white. It has to be like, you got color here and you got color here, and then you got this one where it's like black and white. There's a bit of color, but you get what I mean. Like it could be something that you're looking at very black and white, and you know, you talk about it. Like there's probably, it feels like this is a very specific topic. Let me see, what is the moon here for? What is it pertaining to for my group number 2s? The moon. Ooh, okay, we got a few. The Chariot again. You got the Chariot twice. You got the Cups twice. You got the 10 of Pentacles. You got the 10 of Cups, and you got the 10 of Wands, and you got the Hanged Man. I feel like the moon, okay, the moon has been something that you've probably been, again, black and white, you've probably been thinking about with your future. I feel like you need to hash out a few more things, like, okay, well, how many kids are we wanting, you know, when do you want to start having children, like how many are we gonna have, how do you want to parent them, what is your, like, you guys got to get a few of the real basics done. And it's also like, I feel like you feel like you're running out of time, like everything's moving much faster, and you're like, you do something and then you look up and the time is gone. Like you're like, how did 5 hours just go? All I did was get 2 vendors sorted today and I needed to do 5, you know, that sort of feeling. The Hanged Man can again do with time. This, as a timing card, this has to do with either summer or 3 months, like in months time. So it's a monthly time card, or it's in summer. So where I'm located, I'm in the western, southern hemisphere. Sorry, don't ask me what I think, and I have to do never eat soggy Weet-Bix in the southern hemisphere. So we get summer at the end of the year, so that would be coming close. For the other side of the world, I know you guys are in winter, so it's pretty much a whole year away for you. So for timing, that's what that could mean. However, I am feeling like you're having to change your perspective on something, or change what it was you originally had planned or in your mind, because it feels like there was something that you both weren't quite on, like on the right page, like on the same page of. Maybe you are considering going to the family, because this is a card of abundance, having all your cups full, family, everything. You have everything. You have the marriage, you have the partner, you have the children, you have the money, you have the career, you have the house, the car, you have everything you could ever want, and there's literally nothing else you want. So you do get to that. But this, the moon, it's as if you need to hash out everything first, or you might need to consider something, change your perspective, slow down. I feel like you're going too quick and you just want to hang there for a little while. You just want to slow down a little while. I'm also getting the feeling like this is when you're going to get an epiphany. Like you're going to get your answer. You're going to get what it was you were seeking. Like you're going to get everything you were hoping for. Like when you're talking about stuff, I think that's going to be the last thing you need, and you feel like you're right back on track. But yeah, you could be feeling quite stuck with your burdens. I feel like you've got a lot of burdens. You've been working on this for quite a long time, but there's still so much left to do. But you do feel quite stuck. Like I feel like you're looking at everything and you're like, yeah, there's like 4 more things for me to do, but like when you go to do it, you can't quite get it done in time because your time is moving too quick, or you have too many things you have to do. Remember to ask for help. You might even request help or opinions from others to help you through whatever this is, like this illusion or this perceived thing that you need to get clarity on. Because I feel like with the moon, it's something you were like, oh yeah, my partner, he wants 5 kids. And then he looks at you and goes, wait, what? I know. And like you both aren't on the same page. Like, whoa, okay, well, we need to talk about this first. Okay, let us go back and sit down and talk this out. But I also feel like help is on the way. Yeah, someone's rushing in to help you out. It could be family who is rushing in to give you a hand, and you get to actually relax. That's for some of you. For others, it's things are moving too quickly and you end up having to change your perspective on something specific you had in your mind. Maybe there's been a mishap to something pretty big like the venue, and you've had to change to a backyard garden sort of like wedding. But in doing so, you end up freeing up so much more time and you get rid of a whole heap of the other things. So if there is something that happens, like if there is a speed bump, know that it does work out for the best. When it comes to the Hanged Man, it definitely does. Yeah, and then you got the Four of Swords again. So I feel like once you get all your burdens done, rest up again. I feel like every time you rest up, you get that burst of energy. But yeah, once you've got into the end of this, I feel like that's when you're gonna have to rest again. I feel like you're gonna be extremely exhausted by the end of whatever this is. By the end of this month, you're gonna need to rest up. If you do need to rest up, take it. Especially even if it's like your friends want you to go out to a Halloween party, for example. Go out, but only for 2 hours. Yeah, you have a lot that's exhausting you rapidly. I feel like you're being you know, taking everything on from every side of this, like every single side, like from your emotional side, from your work, from your family, from your friends, from social situations, from finances. Like it seems like you are doing a lot. You're doing a lot, but you do have quite a lot of pentacles. So I feel like you've got like pentacles here, major arcana. So I think mentally you're really overthinking everything. Physically you have a lot on your plate, like a lot on your to-do list. Knight of Pentacles, you've been working long and hard. You've been planning to pay for whatever this event is, and then I've got a feeling that this is your ideal outcome, but please remember to rest. Maybe this could even be your honeymoon. You plan on sleeping. I am getting this one has a lot of partnership showing up in it. Maybe your partner's going to be a big relief to all your burden. This does also give me a feeling of an absolute release of burdens and relaxation, like you're actually relaxing. Like see how she's just floating in the water. It also feels like you're getting recentered. So maybe this is you sleeping while others come in and take over and help you out. This could also be that when others are helping you out, this could be in about a month's time, or during summer. So I don't know, like this obviously feels like it's gone way further than October. This could also mean that you might have to change your timeline, because tick tock, you feel like you're running out of time. This also could be that you do run out of time and it feels like you're crying. I'm sorry, but like this is giving me like, you know how when you do something and you stuff it up and you feel so disappointed in yourself, you could cry about it, like you're so upset with yourself for doing that, or you know, for the muck up. That's what it gives me. And it feels like because you've ran out of time, you failed entirely. Like, nope, that's it, done. I don't want to do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I failed. It's not done in time. But I feel like whoever your partner is gonna be the one to have your back there. Whoever your partner is seems to be like a really good person, because it feels like they step up when you need them to. But yes, it's a very beautiful reading. A lot is happening. I feel like everyone's got a lot happening. It's like you're getting down to the crunch time of like a football game. But yes, poll number 2, that's what I have for you. It is going to end out great. You're going to have a great ending to this month. You're going to go straight back to bed at the end of it. which is good. Please do that. I feel like you need it for your heart. So if this resonated, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, comment if you wish to talk about what exactly this is. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pole number 3s. For those of you who chose this Caribbean calcite tower or this beautiful repurpose card, and this is your reading. Now for pole number 1, I ended up having to pull out an extra deck. So actually a few extra decks. So I'm using 2 tarot decks. It's just because this first one that I don't use that often has a very muted, it's a soft, it's happy deck, but it's soft. It only gives you a very basic like answers. But I also am getting star codes, so I will pull that and read from it, and I'll also read from the book for the repurpose. Now, I've had this deck for a very long time, and I don't use it too much. Where are we? Repurpose. Number 16. You have gone through a rough patch. Bad things have brought you down and hurt your confidence. You have been wronged and there has been nothing but darkness. Try and shift your focus away from the darkness and into the light. Shrike, inventite, interpretation, foreboding, interpretation. Okay. Lately my dreams have been dark. I will be standing in Central Park. Not a soul to see, the moon grinning above. Bugs crawl beneath my skin, teeth glinting from the foxglove. How interesting. A little bit dark and whatnot. Shift your focus away from the darkness into the light. Shrike. I've never heard of that word before. Inventive. Interpretation. Foreboding. Very, very interesting. So it looks like you're going out of the dark and into the light. I'll quickly pull an Astro Oracle star code for you, and I'll read that one out. Like, there is this one sticking out. It's been sticking out for a while. Gemini, cross-pollinate. I'm feeling this one as well. Trine, sextile, symbiosis. Okay, number 3, number 52. Okay, I'll do a really quick read. So we obviously know that Gemini is the star sign. Okay, with its symbol of a pair of twins conversing, Gemini asks us to weave a web of connections and build networks with humor and all forms of communication. The mutable air sign is ruled by Mercury and is connected to the lungs, shoulders, hands, and nerves. Gemini's purpose is to disperse ideas like milk thistle on the spring winds, cross-pollinate ideas like bees buzzing over the flowers. The sun shines here, May 21st to June 21st. Alright, and then number 52. So I feel like you're gonna have to communicate quite a bit with others, network with others, talk, get back out into society. Trine and sextile. Symbiosis. Trine and sextile planets promote collaboration by backing one another up, cheering one another on, and adding strength and value to their roles. A trine is formed by 2 planets 1/3 of the way around the circle from each other, 120 degrees apart. A sextile is half that, 60 degrees apart. Trine planets operate from the same element, fire, earth, air, or water, and speak that language. Sextile planets relate from the same polarity, but in different modalities, cardinal, fixed, or mutable. They operate like supportive, non-competitive best buddies. Okay, that is okay. The fact that they both had to do with communicating with others, working with others, networking. I feel like with this one, it's sort of saying to change your outlook on being more positive, like to stop looking at the cup half full and look like half empty and look at it as half full. I feel like you need to get back out there and talk to others, you know, boost other people up, be positive. But let's see what these cards are. Okay, so we have Not For You, number 6. We have the Royal Blue and Gold Dragon. Strengthens you to stand in your power and wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. And then we have number 32, Desert Jasper, Vesta, Resolve. Very interesting, resolve. I feel like something has to be resolved for you to move on, or something isn't for you and it gets resolved. It's a very interesting reading. But it's definitely going to be doing with a lot of like repurposing stuff. Move out of the dark and move into the shadow. So if you get told no, instead of dwelling on it, move on and stay light and positive. I've got a feeling that whatever that it might be that you have to repurpose or move away from, or, you know, you've been told no to, or, you know, you're not the right fit for something, that it might be very very upsetting for you. I'm not gonna lie. You might have, yeah, I'm gonna take that one. You might have friends who will have your back, like help you talk through some things. Like these look more like, I know they're birds, but they look a lot like angels. Like you might have angels looking out for you. And cross-pollinate, you might need to go back out into society and you know, network with others, talk to others. I'm getting the feeling of go to Reddit to get some clarity, or get outside perspective if there's something you're not sure about, like if you need that clarity. But yeah, I feel like you're definitely gonna be needing to communicate and be around and with other people. I feel like even if it's something you're finding it very hard to get over, if it is very intense, do seek out help, professional medical help, especially if it's your emotions and you're finding it hard to deal. But I do think that you will. I've got a feeling you will with this dragon. It tells you that you can stand on your own. Like you are very wise and you know that you'll be okay. It's just that it is going to hurt and it's going to be hard, but you know that you are above whatever this is. But it is a fortune cookie. So maybe you get told no, but it's actually, oh goodness, I dropped so many cards just then. They're being quite right now, they feel, what's the word, cloggy in a way. It's feeling very backed up. If someone's constipated, I'm just saying. But yeah, it feels like if you get told no, that's for a good reason. Like this reminds of a door closed in your face, but it's okay because this is where the fortune cookie is. It's not beyond that door, it's here. Is that a person's face in that door? That's what it looks like. And there's a chessboard. You're playing chess while others are playing checkers. That just came to mind. At the end of the day, the king and the pawn go back into the same box. So if someone acted above you, know that they are not shit. And just one more card. There was 2 more cards. It was a bit stuck to it and I debated, do I take it or not? But I think I will. Okay. Yeah, I'm now starting to feel like these didn't really want to come out. For some weird reason they didn't, but They eventually did, which is good. So Queen of Pentacles, I take care of my loved ones and myself. So I feel like this could be you or someone that you know. Queen of Pentacles is your, doesn't have to be a female, but it is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I'm sorry, but I feel like you're gonna go through some heartbreak, some pain, something that's gonna really upset you. You could not, you know, get the job that you were after, or you get broken up with, or you get denied, or, you know, I'm just seeing how far I can sit these on the camera. Yeah, like there's someone's gonna break your heart, or it's not gonna, like, the outcome's gonna really hurt, sadly. It could just be that you're having a very bad end of the month. I trust my inner voice and treat myself with compassion. The Queen of Cups. And then we've got, yeah, having to juggle, manage different aspects. You're trying to manage quite a bit. I can harness positive emotions to create a deeper good. Now, this is what I mean by these are very positive. It tells you I can harness positive emotions, but we all know this is competitiveness. This is people versing you, having a different perspective, and arguing and disagreements, stuff like that. And there was also the Hanged Man. I am adaptable and open to new possibilities. That's like change in perspective. Or I have a feeling like if there's those who are arguing with you, you make them see it from your perspective, or you explain it in a way they understand, or you try to view it from their perspective, just so you can be clear, like on the same page. The Hanged Man can be slowing down. It could feel like you've been done wrong, like someone's done wrong by you. But to have two queens, now the Queen of Cups is very, she's a very emotionally mature person. Doesn't have to be a woman, can be a man. Very emotionally mature person. It could be that this is representing a person who breaks your heart and someone else comes along and helps you out, and that you're juggling stuff. There's some disagreements, arguments because of entering a new relationship so soon. This could also be to do with work. Pentacles does have to do typically with money, finance, job, career. Wands is about action, which is hence competition, disagreements, you know, physical. Swords is about like mental hardship. You could have been told something that is very difficult for you to get past mentally, like you're like, oh my god, now that I know this, what do I do? You could have been told something that can involve someone else, and you're a little bit stuck because you're like, I want this person to know. So maybe you make a resolve to tell the person what you've learned. Maybe it's not up to you to do that, but I feel like you're gonna be, if you are, because there is a lot of communication, socialness, being with people, staying positive. I think when it goes from like, don't focus on the dark, focus on the light, maybe your moral compass, maybe you need to enact your moral compass and choose on what is most important to you, and it might actually ruffle some feathers. This only gives me so much, so I am using these to get some more clarity. This is my the Light Seers. It's a mini one. It's by Chris Ann. I've got a feeling I might read from that book just to see if I can get some more information, because I feel like number one was even worse. Like the first poll was even harder to get a reading on, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yours isn't as bad, but I feel like I'm missing something. Confidence, assurance, settle. Yeah, settled, like you're having to settle something. Your strength and discernment have led you this far, and the action you take next will determine how your life unfolds. There are no right or wrong decisions. There is just an underlying confidence that you have what it takes to get you through any situation along your journey. No one else has been where you have been, and no one else is able to give you the answers. So you must have faith and believe in yourself that your resolve is the most beneficial. Okay, this is, yep, all about you focusing on exactly what is the right thing to do. I've got a feeling that this is going to involve a few other people. Pentacles and the Cups. Cups is your water signs, so that is Cancer, is it Scorpio? Oh god, I'm terrible with the water signs, aren't I? I was hoping I might have a thing that mentions the water signs, but I do not. So yeah, it is your Cancer, the crab. It's not Aquarius. Aquarius is actually air. That confuses a lot of people. Cancer, the crab. Is it Capricorn? No, it's not Capricorn. Oh my god, this is terrible. I'm never this bloop with my thoughts. I've never had a brain fart this bad. It's just like I can't get the information right. I've been on medication and it's just affecting my brain so badly. Let me see. Do I have the other Aquarius? So it is no, that's an air sign, like I said. But let me see. Give me a second. So, okay. So we've got. I'm trying to think. We got. I think it's Pisces. Pisces. The Pisces, Cancer, and the other one. Oh my god, my brain. I've never had so much of a dead head right now. This is terrible. But yeah, it's your water sign. So I feel like there's like other people involved. It could be to do with a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of gossip. This could be involved in a workplace, just letting you know. It could be family. It could be cheating, hence the heartbreak. You could even learn that some people are being two-faced to your face. Two of Wands, you're considering, yeah, you're really thinking about what to do moving forward. I can definitely feel that that is been something you've been weighing up for a very long time. You really are heavily considering what is the right move, what's the right thing to do. It could be you find out that your friend is cheating on her husband, or your friend's husband's cheating on him and you want to tell your friend, but you know, you don't want to be the bad one to break her heart. But just know, if this is indeed the case, it's always best to know than to not know. I personally think that, and I've heard so many stories where people were, I would have rather known than not know. I feel like that's all I'm getting. Yeah, that's all I'm getting. All right, let's flip these over. Seven of Swords, yeah. So Seven of Swords is all about someone being sneaky, deceptive. They're lying. They're keeping the whole truth from you. They are tiptoeing around. They don't want to be caught. They're being very sneaky. This could even be you, like being secretive and deceptive and trying to not, you know, you don't want to be caught that you know something. We do have the Devil, the King of Swords, and Death and Rebirth. Okay, yeah. So this, you will come to a decision. You will, and know whatever decision is that you make it's the right one. You stand by your guns. You make that decision and you stand by it. And I feel like that's exactly what you're gonna do. So yeah, you've had to debate over this. You've looked at your future. This could even be a secret so big and bad that you could even lose your job over it. It can involve a lot of people. I feel like this is going to involve like a lot of people. You do have the Hierophant. I feel like you might go to someone who is very wise, someone that you trust, who you talk to. This could even be that you go to, maybe you go to your church and you ask your father of the church, like to whatever religion you believe in. You go and ask someone who is wise, someone trustworthy. Like you go to someone who is socially trustworthy. Like they're probably someone in a social light, who's accessible by society. Like it could even be that you go to like a psychologist that you're seeing and you tell them what's happening, and you are, because you're probably having a lot of issues debating on what to do, so you talk it through with someone that you know you have confidence in, who cannot tell others. The Devil. I feel like maybe the person's gonna find out that you know whatever it is this secret is, and yeah, there is a secret somewhere. There's deceptiveness, there is a lie, there's something you're not meant to know but you know it. There's something that you're trying to keep secret and the person finds out. I've got a feeling they're gonna try, whoever this person is, it's either gonna try and control the narrative, which is like they're gonna go ahead and tell their side of the story before you can actually tell the truth, or they're gonna try and bargain for you to shut your mouth. You're going to probably be threatened. You're going to be offered something in return for silence. But either this, I feel like this might be the person you're telling. They look like a wise person. They look like they're smart. This is indeed someone being cheated on, they're not going to be upset with you for telling them if that's the case. If this is someone being done wrong, let's say you find out someone in the company is stealing money and you go to a boss who isn't as high as the other boss, I think they're going to know exactly what to do. If this is indeed, something to do with family drama, if this is could be a father figure or grandfather figure, and they're going to know exactly what to do. But the Devil, this is definitely someone or someone's actions. This could be the person who seems to be like they have control, like they're the puppet master, like controlling everything. Maybe that's the secret you found out, like someone is very controlling and you're trying to help someone in a very difficult predicament. This has a lot to do, I feel like this is going to be a big social event though. Like it's going to do there's networking, connecting with people. There's your moral compass, going to the light, being very resolved with what you're going to do. But you're definitely looking at the future. Like I think that you've considered every possible outcome that can happen from this. Yeah, this is really intense. I just want to see, with the death and rebirth, it's the total ending of something and the beginning of something else. So I feel like there's a done and dusted. Either the people break up and they go through a divorce or whatever, the person gets fired and they're gone, and life carries on, or you end up leaving a job because of it, you end up sticking to your truth. I feel like whatever it is, you are a very moral person. The fact that there's royal, I feel like you have the heart of a royal person. Like you are very, like royals are held accountable and they're put on a pedestal because they have to do things that normal people can't. Like they actually have to marry without love. They have to give up certain things to make amends and make contracts and pacts with other countries and stuff, and they have to, that's why it was so hard being born into royalty, is the fact that there are things, there's certain things you might have that others don't. Maybe it's luxuries, maybe it's security, but, and maybe it's never being hungry and never having a need or want anything. However, there is so many things they can't do. They can't just go down to the shop and do shopping. They can't just go running around and enjoying their life. Like, they need to be safe, or else someone might want to them. You get what I mean? Like, off with their heads, like the, you know, the Queen of Hearts from I was gonna say the Wizard of Oz. How weird. I know that it's Alice in Wonderland. Huh. That's very interesting. But yeah, it can be something like that. So maybe you have a very royal heart, like you have a very, very strong code of honor, like a moral compass. But I also feel like you'll figure out a path that's gonna, you know, prevent the person from getting away with whatever, like, you know, this bad person is. There is someone who is bad. I'm gonna let you know there is someone who isn't playing fair, who isn't, they're not being honest, they're not living in their higher self. They are living in the dark, and you are pretty much having to, you could even be their best friend, and when that you know, come out and mention all the truths and stuff, they're like, you're a liar. But what's happened is you've came to see the light about this person. I really have this is not, this feeling is quite dark. It feels like I've lost a little piece of me, and it's getting darker in this room. Like, it's gone way darker compared to before, but there's still this light shining through. I want to see your outcome. How do you feel by it? Like, how are you by the end of October? The Nine of Swords. I'm sorry, my darlings. While this might get resolved, I feel like you're still gonna be overthinking it all. You're gonna be wondering what you could have done right, what you could have changed. You're gonna be really in your head. The Four of Cups and the Six of Swords. Okay, you're contemplating and you're moving on. I feel like you really overthink. You're really overthinking about everything else, what you could have done different. You wanted it to turn out where everyone won, but that just wasn't the reality. But yeah, I think this could also be anxiety. Maybe there is some backlash at you. I don't think everyone's going to believe you if that's the case. If this is something that is going to involve a lot of people, and it's like it gets a lot of ears and eyes on this situation, and you are a main involved person in this, I do feel like you need to, with this Hierophant, this could be you asking for help, but I feel like this might be the moment you decide what to do and someone tries to stop you. Like, I feel like you're like, yep, I'm living in my truest self. This is the light, I'm going to make my way to it, which is the truth. You're going to do the right thing. I can really feel that you have a heart of, it's like a lion's heart, a heart of bravery and gold, of honesty, of loyalty, of trustworthiness. But yeah, I think this causes you to actually reconsider your life and your lifestyle and what you're doing with your life. And I think you actually move. I think there's traveling. You decide by the end of October, I think you decide to move away. I don't know if you start the process, but you make up your mind. Yeah, you make up your mind for sure. So yeah, and then on the very bottom, I just decided to flip that over. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. So you will end up moving into a better prosperity and living a happier life, but you might actually have to leave the location of where all of this happens. It might be a small town, might be a big business in a small town, you know, that sort of feeling. But yeah, this is very connected, but you are involved in something, or you learn the knowledge about something sinister or bad or naughty, or someone that is untrustworthy. So but yeah, you also have the World there. Maybe you do choose to travel later on. I feel like, you know, anything is possible by the end of this. You've ended up making up your mind. So my beautiful pole number 3, this is the reading I have for you. If this does resonate in any way, shape or form, please do leave a thumbs up, comment about it if you wish to, only if you're comfortable. Subscribe, hit the little bell notification, little icon, and yeah, I'm leaving you with lots of love and light and positive vibes, and I will see you all in the next reading. Bye!